Laos versus Indonesia. This is actually Team GENX going up against RIMO, BATARA, and now Laos, respecting the Luo Yi. Manjin, how do you feel about the Luo Yi? Is this really the meta shaker, or how do we say, the hero that most of these teams think of it as it is?
I think so. I think so, man. The Luo Yi is just a huge new way of play style to strategize inside the game, especially with having that global presence at level 4. Like, you can definitely initiate quickly. You can surprise your opponents with flanks, especially if you have like Ling or Claude in your composition. You can actually protect them as well, plus the crowd control that she brings. Man, this hero is just too good right now, and man, I think it's giving the game a healthier state, because man, with these heroes coming in, like for example Popol and Koopa, extra units, the Atlas having an extra unit, and Luo Yi having that mass global teleportation, man, the game it's just evolving too good, and I'm excited to see more games as well.
Well, do note, it's not global, but it is somewhat cheating the distance, right? It's still still a gap closer for lineups that have no gap closing. And again, you mentioned heroes like Ling who are able to move around the map so quickly. The thing about Luo Yi is it essentially cheats both your space and your opponent's, given the vacuum, right? The rotation. Right, so not just you're able to move yourself or your allies, but you can also mess with the teams, with your opponent's way of moving as well. So that's I guess why the teams respect it so much. But nonetheless, Laos banning as well the Kufra, and the Indonesia taking out the Uranus. First pick, Esmeralda here. Is this as much a priority, do you think, as it should be?
Yeah, I think so, because people right now, especially last week, been seeing Esmeralda priority picks. I think this is like the safest route to go. If not the Esmeralda, you could probably choose a Uranus, because I think right now, Chantel said it earlier that off lane is king in the meta right now.
Definitely.
We have all of these off lane heroes right now, because again, there's only a few funnel heroes there, right? You have the Ling, you have the Claude. If not the Ling, not the Claude, the Kimmy and the Hellswitch. So your only options are these off laners.
Actually, you know what, right? Manjin, you're right, but isn't that counterintuitive? Because given how small the pool is now for mid laners, that is cores, and even tanks. We've been talking about this the past few days, that there are literally only 3 tanks that you want to go for. It's only Atlas, Hylos, and Kufra, and when those go banned out, then you're kind of stuck with a compromise or a very specific strategy. I wonder why, because there are so many more choices for side lanes, but nonetheless, again, safe is safe. But let's talk about what Indonesia prioritized here is the Atlas and the Claude. Very, very strong. I do think they are in the lead when it comes to the draft here, before the second phase of picks. Do you agree with me?
I don't know, man. I think it's 50-50, because the Atlas and the Cho, the Esmeralda is a good response to it. Esmeralda is a good counter to the Atlas. What the Esmeralda can do is just bait out the perfect match, the Atlas, in using the perfect match, and then Esmeralda can just start as her way out and steal the shield of the Atlas. But then again, you have this crowd control lineup now for Team Indonesia. I think what Team Indonesia is doing is they're now responding. They are now reacting to the Ling pick, because they immediately went for the Cho after they saw the Ling. So it means that, hey, they're going for the Ling lineup. What do we need? We need crowd control and we need burst. There you go. The Kagura is their fourth pick.
All right, so I like how the Kagura is here to, again, counter the Ling, and especially when you see where the Ling is going to be landing, going to be dealing most of its damage. You're able to move around the map, so that's going to be a support Kagura. I believe they're short on one more side laner here, Team Indonesia is. But let's look at what Laos are considering. Oh, all right, very clearly, and you see where their lines are drawn. That's going to be a support Popol and Koopa, with the Jawhead and the Esmeralda in the side lanes. And again, one of the few tanks remaining. It's the Hylos. They lock it in. Manjin, how do you feel about Laos lineup so far? It's already complete.
I don't know, man. I think it lacks something. I think it lacks a tempo hero. Well, Aleng is a tempo hero, but all of your damage is just within the link. Shun. Unlike Team Indonesia, you have a Claude. The Esmeralda can transition to a carry in the late game, even though it's a support. Plus you have a Cho, and a Cho has damage too, right? Sorry, the Kagura. Kagura,
yes.
yeah. The Esmeralda, yes, she can also transition to a carry, but I think this is like a still a priority time for Team Indonesia. They reacted well, and yeah, man, let's see, because it's Team Laos, like what you've said, leaning towards their late game insurance, the Cho. But man, I think one thing to take note as well is that they have the Popol in Kupa late game. So still, I'm not really sure. But yeah, Team Indonesia, for me, they won the draft. So let's see. We are now inside the game, ladies and gents. Look at this, Leo. Very interesting. Look at Team Indonesia.
It's a mirror.
Milagros, yeah, it's a mirror move. But I think Hen and Milagros will be the first ones getting the orange buff.
And look at this. Hen just pushing Peter out of his own jungle. That is rude, all right? But again, how can you fight a Tam's early game with an orange buff, right? That's a losing battle. So now Team Indonesia are going to secure their own purple, while Team Laos not doing the same just yet. What's going on? There's a big fight here in the river, and Rich Jaya was able to punch the Little Wanderer. Yes, he was. Nice.
Yeah. He stole it. Oh my. That was huge for Rich Jaya. That was a good objective from Laos. But nice initiation there. Coming in for Siko. It's a 1-1 trade. But man, I think Team Laos, they're leading by around 300. But I think Team Indonesia, they're still driving this one. Like, yeah. Oops.
Yeah, well, that was close, man. As you were speaking, my dude, Princess almost went down and was able to BMI out. I literally skipped a beat, like,
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's your ejector for Rich Jaya. Dream right now trying his best to negate Team Indonesia and putting up more pressure. So yeah, man, I think one thing we did not notice for Team Laos is that they can actually fight head-on 5-on-5 in the early stages because of their lineup. They don't even need ultimates right now.
Yeah, actually, Team Laos is a little bit more of a mid-range team. It's just that they live in the mid game, and then they can transition with their insurance. That is Peter, and Hearn. That aside, Team Indonesia, they're a little more safer they're a little more independent, if I may say. Like each of them, save for Siko, can actually do things by themselves. Now they're trying to catch out Shut Up here. Oh, Chun's gonna join the fight. Chun here. Oh no, here we go. Shut Up barely surviving, and that goes down. The Atlas is gonna bite it.
You know what, Leo? You're right. Team Indonesia, they're freelancers right now. They can actually take fights 2-on-3, 1-on-2. They want pickups right now, but for Team Laos, they're a group. They're a huge company that wants that 5-on-5. Because if you're gonna think about it, Team Indonesia, they have huge ultimates that needs cooldown as well. You have the Fatal Links, the Way of the Dragon, and the Blazing Duet. So I think for Team Laos, their win condition here right now is to just force out this 5-on-5 team fights, just like this.
It's a delicate dance, and the flicker by Dream able to help Chun get the finishing touch onto the Kagura. Now Princess with the Blazing Duet. There is the Glorious Pathway, and a Fatal Links. Chun goes down. Siko helping his core get a kill. Now Hearn gonna be up next. Rich Jaya putting the 1-2 punch down onto the Ling, and I believe that's going to be that. Is there another kill here? Shut Up barely walking away. There's another hit onto Dream, and they will disengage. A 2-for-0 in favor of Team Indonesia. Still a good trade, but no conversions just yet. Imagine, if I may say, Hen here is a great worker alone, but he's only really able to kill Peter, and that seems to be his story. Now he wants to get more on the map, and
Yeah.
this could be a good conversion unless Laos can steal.
He finally realized that, hey, I should join the team fight now because I've gotten my power spike and my damage is now ripe. He is now level 7, and look at this, manning up onto 2. Can they kill him though? That is the ejector, plus Koopa is still biting him, but Hen bites harder. Wow, what an outplay from Hen. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Zico trying to survive this, but Lay, what happened in the top lane? Hen?
I don't know, man. The bottom for Laos, I don't know, man. I don't know. It seems like Zico was just sent to die. It's like, Zico, you know what to do. Yes, sir. But shut up. He's in the same situation. It's just tanks going down. This is a martyrdom here for both tanks, and Princess able to sneak out a kill. But Hearn takes out Rich Jaya along the way. But this is key. I think Team Indonesia, this is beneficial for them, where they take weird fights across the map and leave Princess. Princess here is the key.
Yeah, protect the princess no matter what, right?
Yes.
Protect the princess. And man, yeah, like what we've said earlier, Team Indonesia, they love these confusing skirmishes inside the map. Like, they want to play mind games with Team Laos. Hey, are we gonna enter the fight? Or hey, are we like gonna back up? Are we gonna disengage? Is Zico gonna go for the fatal links, or is he just gonna pump fake it? Man, Team Indonesia right now, I think slowly but surely they found out that, hey, we can win this way. We don't want a 5-on-5 rumble. We just want to pick them up bit by bit, little by little.
For sure. They want a duel, if anything. Because here, Hen is looking for a fight. Wants to bite down onto Peter. Frost Moon Dance here, gonna save him. But can they get down to it? And a fatal links onto 1. Why am I so hyped? It's just a tank going down. Shut up, bites him. For 3 people who had to focus down on him. But again, this is for Team Indonesia. This is their strategy. It's a delicate dance. They have to time their ults. They have to time their rotations so that as long as possible, Princess has a free time farming.
Yeah, man, dude, I think one mechanic that Atlas has, I think that he is kind of like a counter to the Hylos, because every time Hylos pops the Glorious Pathway, the Atlas has the Frigid Breath. His passive, like if he pops the perfect match, he immediately pops his passive, and it gives him movement. It gives him crowd control slow. So no matter how fast you are inside the Glorious Pathway, you will get slowed just like this. Zico and Team Indonesia. There you go. 3-man facial links from out of nowhere. Shout out to Michael Cole for that goat, man. Zico putting on a show for Team Indonesia. And there you go. 2-0-4 for Princess, and the Princess is now here. Team Indonesia, it's 12-8, Leo. It's 7 minutes, but man, Zico putting all the work.
Yep. And now I think we are at a crossroads. This is an interesting situation wherein Team Laos can still win fights. It's just a matter of finding the right approach. Because right now, Team Indonesia, they're feeling it. They know that this is their tempo, this is their groove, and if they're the ones who are given the chance to say this is where we fight, they will always win. Now they find out Hen here out of position, and despite the Continent Inferno not gonna survive, and I think that's a right call. Sometimes the members of Team Indonesia, they just have to let their members die. Again, all for the sake of Princess.
Yeah, for the bigger picture. It's for the bigger picture. You make the sacrificial play. There you go. Another fatal links onto 1. Oh man, what's happening here? The Kagura trying to run away, but Shun, can he catch him? No, the damage was not enough, but yes, it's okay. The Kagura will now fall down. Shun getting all the blades from the Tempest of Blades, but Princess! Clutch blazing duet to save his life. Outplays coming in for Team Indonesia.
Go down though. I doubt that he's gonna survive this.
Ooh, there you go.
He did it!
Oh my.
He did it!
He gambled his life, bro.
He gambled and won. I believe he won. That tower is not responding.
Yeah. Wow. Rich Kaya. Sacrificing his life just to get that objective. Mission accomplished. There you have it. And Hen.
Give that man a raise.
Yeah,
give that man a raise. That is just ridiculous. Give that man a raise. Oh, off-camera kill, double! Make that a double for our man, Princess, and converting into a great turret up top. And I think Shun here is just going to back out a bit more than he can chew. Again, that's Milagres and Hen.
You know what? I think, man, with that take in the bottom lane by Rich Jaya, I think that sealed the deal. Like, I think it's now beginning of the end, because those were 3 heroes in the bottom lane for the side of Laos, and they were not able to defend the tower, and that's just bad news. And look at this, Rich Jaya just going in and out, popping the way of the dragon and getting the Popol and Kupa. That's quite hard to do, because that's a Popol in Kupa, and if you're playing a Cho and you targeted the right unit, it means that this Cho is just having a great time, man. 12-18. You asked it earlier, how can Team Laos win this? I think it's time. It's time for that mentality that for Team Indonesia, they just need to make a mistake. No.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's coming.
Aggressive flame shots. Down goes Peter. Hearn, the only survivor left. And this might be the ticket, man. The 1-0 win. I believe this is going to be it. Hearn taking it like a man here. And just like that, he just stood there.